What is up? Hi, stranger. It's been about a month and a half since I recorded, about 10 days shy of 2 months. I have been doing a lot of other stuff, and I just ain't really been feeling a lot of the stuff going on. And one could argue that I probably should have potted about the stuff I didn't like. But sometimes you feel so strongly you're not sure what to say. So here's what I will say. There's been a lot going on. I am not going to talk about most of it because it's dated, it's old, it's boring. You've heard other people speak about it. Let's talk about some things that I find interesting currently going on. Some things that you may find interesting going on. And get ready because it's going to be a lot of glasses time this episode. Those watching, thank you for still being here. Those listening, thank you for still being here. There's a lot of new stuff coming. This episode will drop later today, Saturday, August 20th, if all goes as planned. And keep an eye out. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel because we got something new coming for y'all if you didn't see the trailer. There's now going to be a monthly special, one of the things I've been working on, and I'm calling it Man Cave Mondays. Me and some of my guy friends are getting together and talking about some things. So that's coming out in just a few days. Episode 1. You ain't miss anything yet. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you like this video at some point, don't forget to hit that good old like button. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, all those good platforms y'all like to listen to podcasts on, don't forget to give me a little rating if you don't mind. And yes, I plan on returning for the good. I would like to continue to go back to. That's how y'all know I'm tired. No, I'm just playing. I would like to go back to doing the solo pod once a week. For now, I make no promises. There's a lot going on. But that is my intention. A word I don't like too much. But we'll get to that another day. So, I don't even know where to start. But I guess we can start with something that requires my glasses. So, I'm going to start with a wild one. A doozy, if you will. I have to keep it real. And this might offend my political connects. But the reason I got the Batman shirt on is this is not the pod you want, but the pod you need. That's a remix of the Dark Knight line for those who know the ending of probably one of the most popular Batman movies ever, The Dark Knight. So, we're going to keep it real, and this might get real nasty. So let's start off straight up disgusting. Ivanka Trump was buried on... I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at the fact that she died or was buried. I'm laughing about how wild this is about to get. And I can imagine that as I'm saying the words Ivanka Trump died, y'all are probably listening and watching like, what the fuck? He not about to talk about that guy. Yes, that guy. Because Trump is a genius. Or perhaps his team is. That rhymed. Unintentionally. But the man or his team, I don't know, is a genius. Ivanka Trump died. Wait, is it Ivanka? I get the names confused. Wait. Sorry, Ivana Trump died. My bad. Ivana Trump died. And, as you probably already know, she was buried on Trump's golf course in New Jersey. Hackettstown, New Jersey. So what, you say? I said so what too. I thought it was weird. And most of what I heard when it came to this topic was simply that she was buried in an all gold casket, which was her wish. Cool, who cares? Well, let me just read you what BusinessInsider.com has to say about this matter. Ivana Trump, was buried near the first hole of Trump National Golf Club. Her gravesite could offer tax breaks for the business. Tax breaks, you say? No way. Yes way. Well, they give a highlight here. I'm going to just read you these highlights. Ivana Trump was buried near the first hole of Trump National Golf Club in New Jersey. Tax code in New Jersey exempts cemetery land from all taxes, rates, and assessments. Under the code, the gravesite of Trump's ex-wife may have tax implications for his golf business. I'm going to just scroll a little bit and help y'all get to the real crux of this situation. It says here in the same article, under New Jersey State Tax Code, any land that is dedicated to cemetery purposes is exempt from all taxes, rates, and assessments. Cemetery companies are also specifically exempt from paying any real estate taxes, rates, and assessments or personal property taxes on their lands, as well as business taxes, sales taxes, income taxes, and inheritance taxes. In the New Jersey Law Revision Commission, a quote-unquote cemetery company is defined as a quote-unquote person, corporation, association, or other entity that owns or operates a cemetery, but does not include a religious organization that owns a cemetery, which restricts burials to members of that religion or their families unless the organization has obtained a certificate of authority for the cemetery. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot to unpack here, and the article is on the internet. The New York Post did one too, but I figured we go with a business one because it's about business we talking about. This is some genius shit. Part of what the article doesn't say is that New Jersey's laws for cemeteries do not require a minimum of people to be buried for something to be a cemetery. That one body is enough. But that article states that Trump has since changed the plan to have 10 bodies eventually buried on the land. That boy is good. That boy is good. Trump is a genius. I'm sorry, but I gotta say it. To avoid all of those taxes with one swift move, you ain't heard of no shit like that probably ever. People were mad when Amazon avoided paying business taxes. This shit is about to be some unheard of shit. I know I said shit twice, but I've known about this for a while now, and I'm still baffled and excited, and it's crazy. My business mind is working. My conspiracy brain is working. It's left brain versus right brain. It's conspiracy theory versus logic. Oh man, it's entrepreneur versus rebellious citizen. It's crazy up in here. I mean, I don't know if y'all feel like I feel, but to me this is crazy, exciting, entertaining, dangerous. Oh man, it's just genius. It's diabolical. You can't even make this shit up. It's like you would have to be the Joker probably to do this shit. It's crazy. But as a person who is rebellious, as a person who's very fascinated by business and business structure and business moves, I gotta applaud him being both rebellious and business savvy simultaneously. And for those who don't know the word, what I'm saying is at the same damn time. At the same damn time. Y'all know the song. Wow. Bravo. If I had a hat, I'd tilt it. This some wild shit. Super fly. And now I need to be looking at New Jersey land plots and stuff because, yo, that's a lot of taxes to not have to worry about. The New York Post article also said the land can never be repossessed. The government cannot take over if the business shuts down. And in fact, because it's a cemetery, it basically can't shut down. Because when it gets into debt or problems, it just stays open because it's a cemetery. It gets a lot of passes. You mean you can't shut down my business? You mean I don't have to pay any taxes ever? And if I wild out, the government can't even snatch it back from me? Wow. In the words of Hove, what more can I say? It's crazy out here. What a time to be alive. It's crazy. Do y'all think this is crazy? Do y'all think this is genius? I think it's genius. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. I think it's genius. What do y'all think? Do y'all think it's super fly? Do y'all think it's evil? What do you think? Let me know because, man, I have been talking about this with everybody I can. It's just so entertaining to me. It's like I just be there with the popcorn. What you think he's gonna do next? This is crazy. He's not even in the office anymore, and he's still doing wild stuff. What do y'all think? Let me know. Now, let's move on to some other madness that's been going on. Let's close this article out and move to my next thing here. Let's talk about that monkey. And no, I don't mean Caesar, Maurice, Koba, and Rocket. I don't mean the Planet of the Apes, although we might be heading there soon at this rate. I'm talking about that monkeypox, y'all. Yup, that monkeypox. Well, more specifically, I'd like to talk about the vaccine for monkeypox. Even more specifically, I'd like to talk about the eligibility for said vaccine. Yeah, that's right. If you scared of the monkey, if you don't want those bumps that look ugly, you can't even get the vaccine. Maybe they did a good job scaring you. Ooh, oh my. I'm scared. I can't sleep. I keep having nightmares of bats. I mean monkeys. Maybe they got you and you ready to go get the vaccine. Or perhaps you say, hey, listen, man, I don't want that shit. Just give me all the vaccines. Vaccine me up. Keep me vaxxed up. Well, unfortunately, they have some requirements in New York City. I'm here on newyorkcity.gov. And I just want to read y'all. I don't know, can I zoom it? Can I zoom it? No, it ain't going to work. I'll try my best to put it on the screen if I have time. If not, y'all could go look it up. Just look up monkeypox requirements and click on the newyorkcity.gov joint. It's going to come right up. Let me tell you what has to happen for you to be eligible according to their site. It says here vaccine eligibility. Eligibility for monkeypox vaccination may change as the outbreak evolves. I'm sorry, that was kind of rude. And based on vaccine supply. I'm laughing because I already know what comes next. I'm not trying to be rude by anyone affected by the monkey. Just it's kind of crazy out here. It says, for people who meet all of the following conditions. I'm sorry. I'm so excited I read it. People who meet all of the following conditions can now be vaccinated. Gay, bisexual, or other men or other man who has sex with men, comma, and/or transgender, comma, gender non-conforming, comma, or gender non-binary. That's the first requirement. You got to be one of those to hit the first requirement. I ain't gonna say it again. Rewind it if you didn't catch it. It's crazy out here. The second requirement is you must be, that's right, it's baffling, but you must be at least 18 years of age. It says here age 18 or older. And this is where it gets wild. I mean, it been wild, but if you wasn't feeling like this was wild yet, this is where it gets really, really, really nuts. Remember, these are requirements. It said, just to recap before I read this last one, it said, people who meet all of the following conditions can now be vaccinated. So you got to hit this last one too. If you don't meet this last requirement, you cannot get the good stuff. Have had multiple or anonymous sex partners in the last 14 days. In the last 14 days. I mean, there's a lot here, but I just had to tell y'all that. I don't know if y'all know, but how could I not share this with y'all? How could I not share this with y'all? So you mean to tell me if I was a gay, bisexual, or other man who has sex with men and or transgender, gender non-conforming, or gender non-binary person who is 18 years or older but has not had sex with multiple or anonymous partners in the last 14 days, I can't get it, kid. I can't get it. You can't get it if you don't fit those. You can't get the monkeypox vaccine if you don't have those requirements. That's straight from the website. They probably gonna put some banner here that says, read more information. This may not be true. Yo, search it up. Get on the Googles. Holler at Alexa. Somebody. Because it's out there, kid. NewYorkCity.gov. I don't make this up. That's why the specs is on. I'm reading it straight from the site for y'all. Did y'all know that these were requirements? Is it me, or are these requirements quite crazy? I was trying to think of a funny pun, but I can't even think of one because it's just really weird. So even if you were someone who was cool with getting vaxxed and wanted to get vaxxed, you got to hit those wild ass requirements to get the vaccine, to get the juice, to get shooted up, to get the shot, the jab, whatever they calling it now. I'm not hip. I don't know. But it's getting crazy out there. And really and truly, I know I cannot be the only one here who thinks these are some wild ass requirements. Feel free to chime in. I really would like to know your thoughts because these are the requirements. And it says must have all. You got to hit all three of them bad boys. All three. Blink, blink, blink. It's pandemonium out here, y'all. And speaking of pandemonium, let's keep it right here in New York City. Since we're talking about New York City, polio in the sewage water? Come on, son. Polio in the sewage water. And there's more. There's more than that. But polio in the sewage water? Am I the only one around here? I know I'm on a couch alone, home alone, but I mean out here in the wide world web, in the world wide web. I can't even say it properly. In the world wide web. Am I the only one in the world wide web who finds something funny about this? It don't smell fishy. It don't smell weird. Is it smelling weird because it's sewage water? I don't know. But polio in the sewage water, and there are more developments coming along as time progresses, because this polio in the sewage water thing been out. It been happened. It didn't happen yesterday. It didn't happen Friday the 19th. It happened. But more stuff is coming out about it. I'm not going to report on all that right now. I just wanted to raise the people's eyebrow, as Dwayne Johnson used to call it. Polio? This ain't 1964? What is going on? Are they trying to get us all sick? All vaxxed? All with that stuff in us? Is it because they've got contracts? Big billion-dollar contracts with Pfizer and Moderna? Fun fact, Paxlovid, I have trouble pronouncing it, but the drug everybody takes now for C19, Paxlovid, whatever, y'all know what I'm talking about, is a Pfizer drug. I just want y'all to know. I don't know. It's just fun fact. Fun fact, and just fun fact. Paxlovid, I can't pronounce it. Pax, y'all know what it is. It's a Pfizer drug. I'm just saying, is this why? I'm not trying to be that guy, but ain't it do y'all think maybe that's why? Is it just that, hey, listen, whoever ain't get caught with that C19, you gonna get with the monkey. And if you ain't getting the monkey, you might have to get this polio, baby. Do y'all think that? Is it about money? Is it population control? What do y'all think it is? Because, man, polio can't just come out of nowhere and just be all up in the sewage water all over New York City. Something's going on. What do you think is going on? Because what I think is going on is shit is getting out of hand. I think the Joker and Two-Face and Harley Quinn and the Riddler and everyone is just together, just running amok right now. Okay? Because I don't know what the PPP loan is going on right now. Speaking of PPP loans, I ain't even going to do a whole segment on that today. But man, they did y'all dirty. They opened up the investigation up to 10 years on y'all. 2 years? Nah, not enough time. You want to investigate all y'all. 10 years now, baby. Let's move on. More stuff to read. More stuff. Hopefully more life. I was reading an article I found interesting. It's on The Guardian. It speaks about a lot of interesting things regarding C19. It largely says that because of mandates for masks being restricted, eased, taken away, and because of the CDC's latest update to the guidelines, that it seems like a lot of the U.S. has forgotten COVID exists. They're trying to act like it's over. Even when you listen to things, interviews and stuff, people say, you know, when we were in the pandemic, you know, back when COVID was going on. But the article also states that there's a new variant. That's right. More Lokis, baby. They're everywhere. This one is B. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get it. I want to quote it correctly. That's talking about boosters. No. Come on. The latest and the greatest is BA.4.6. And they say that one, it don't care what kind of antibodies you got. And it's an interesting article because it was saying that, and this is by The Guardian, just in case you didn't hear me say it. They quote Fauci and him saying people should be worried if they're not up to date with their boosters. It says that no, not long COVID. It says 64%. Where is it at? Sorry, y'all. There's a lot of reading going on. Probably should have took a screenshot like I normally do. It says here, currently only 67% of the population are considered fully vaccinated. Moreover, only 32% of the population have received a booster dose. And by now, ain't y'all supposed to have 27 booster shots? Are people no longer worried? Has COVID normalized to the point where people think it's not affecting people? Other people, I should say. Has the fear of COVID, has the fear of catching COVID reduced to the point where people are no longer concerned? That's the question. The article also stated, those questions are questions I'm asking, to be clear. The article also stated that healthcare workers are now more stressed than ever, according to recent polling. And it states that, for example, New York City has a bigger, I guess that's the way to word it. Man, they short on nurses now more than ever. It says they have a bigger nurse shortage than ever in, I guess, the history. I don't want to misquote, but New York City is really suffering. It's really hard to get nurses. They were saying it's really hard to get relief when people call out because there's nobody around. And they're stressed and their mental health is really broken down because of the things that they've witnessed and the things that they've had to endure. It's kind of crazy. And I'm not going to do a C-19 ruined it today, but the effects of C-19 are still going on. The second largest theater chain in the nation, Regal Cinemas, is about to file bankruptcy. They are very close to no longer existing. And y'all know AMC, I mean, if it wasn't for them quote-unquote meme stocks, they may not have existed at this point either. So, are businesses the only ones truly being affected? Long COVID is still happening. There are still people developing long COVID, still people battling long COVID. Has the U.S. forgotten about C-19? Is the U.S. simply acting like C-19 is over? Because I don't think it is. And I think we're going to have a long fall and winter. And that at the same time as articles and studies are coming out that say 56% of people who had Omicron in recent months didn't know they had it to begin with. So are people no longer concerned? Are people just tired of being restricted and contained and told what to do? What do y'all think is going on? I think that it's not over. I think we have to be very cautious about how we move forward. And I think that we got a lot of stuff coming to us if we're not careful. And that's not fear. That's just my opinion. I think that people are really sleeping on it. And perhaps things like the monkeypox and the polio are distracting them. I don't know. But I do see a lot less mask wearing. And we know y'all don't wash your hands. So, people are back to hugging and kissing and high-fiving, dapping each other up. Oh, what up? Slayer, yeah. That's Jeremy, man. Real Jeremy. So, what do y'all think about all of this? And now, real quick, I don't need the specs for this. I'll finally take those off. I'd like to discuss something I see a lot on the internet. Something called kink shaming. What is kink shaming? Kink shaming is when you see a quote unquote kink that someone is into. Example, you see someone talking about their love for toes. They have a toe fetish. They're intrigued by toe activity. And someone else chimes in and says hateful, hurtful, mean things intentionally about that person's desires, interest, kinks. I'll give you an example. Person A puts on Twitter, man, I would love to suck some toes right now, but my girl is at work. Man, I wish I was sucking her toes. It would really, really, really make my day. I'm turned on just thinking about it. Person B says, you a nasty motherfucker. Fuck is wrong with you? Why would you want to suck any toes to begin with? Toes are always dirty. Why would you put that shit in your mouth? You a disgusting, gross motherfucker. Kink shaming. I see this a lot on the internet. I see it on Twitter. I see it on Instagram in people's comments. It's really interesting to me that this still exists in the age of quote unquote free speech, the age where people are petitioning for other people to take words out of lyrics. Words out of lyrics? No. Lyrics out of songs, where they're petitioning for people to be able to say what they want and have equality, and everything is supposed to be so free and open and fluid, but there's still kink shaming going on. It's so interesting to me. It's as if someone doesn't live the same vanilla life as you, or someone doesn't have the same kinks as you, then they're wrong, they're fucked up, they're undesirable, they're ugly. But I don't understand how this can be happening in this open, free society. Things are probably more open than ever. And I wonder, is that why we see so much of this? Because I see kink shaming a lot on the internet. And I also truly believe that whatever a person is into is okay. Disclaimer or asterisk, whatever you want to put here, if they're not harming others, like really harming. I don't mean BDSM, you beat me till I say the safe word. I mean like, really hurting people, like hospitalizing and shit like that. And as long as you ain't doing no shit to kids or animals. If you're not doing any of those three things, if you're not really hurting someone, by really, I mean, harming people without their consent, brutal things that are not kink adjacent. But if you're not doing those things, if you're not doing anything to kids or animals, I feel like I'm missing one. I think that's it. If I think of anything else, I'll write it on the screen for those who are watching. But I think if you're not hurting kids or animals or people, or doing anything to kids or animals, I should say, really, because y'all shouldn't be doing none of that shit. But I think if you're not doing those things, it should be okay to have whatever it is that you like done to you or done to others. If you're the type of person who is into, being tickled with feathers, then that's cool. If you're the type of person who likes to be, bounded, that's fine. If you're the kind of person who enjoys toe stuff, that's okay too. I don't know the term. I know it's a toe fetish, but I don't know if there's a better term. Sorry. I guess that shows y'all I'm not the toe guy, right? Sorry. But I don't understand why kink shaming is happening. I think kink shaming is really fucked up. I think that people on the internet are way too brave and enjoy speaking down to others because it makes them feel good. But I think it's fucked up, man. Everybody should be entitled to whatever desires they have, and it should be something that we can express. If I can go on Twitter and say, man, the latest episode of blah, blah, blah was trash. If I can go on there and say, man, uh, Rihanna is more beautiful pregnant than she was before, whatever, I'm freestyling here. But if people can say the things that they admire and dislike about all the things going on around them, they should be able to do the same thing about the bedroom. If they can say, man, people are on the internet saying they would love to have sex with celebrities and all type of crazy shit. If they can say that, why can't they say they want to put some toes in their mouth, or uh that they want to peg someone, or that they want to be bounded and ball gagged? What's wrong with that? I mean, if it's not for you, that's okay, but that doesn't mean you have to hate on the next person. And I don't understand that. I don't think that's a good look. I think it should stop. I don't like that kink shaming exists. I'm into some wild shit. Or am I? You don't know, right? The thing is, we don't ever know what the next person is into. That's kind of what I was trying to do right there, right? So you don't know what the next person is into, right? The person right here, they could be into some shit I never even heard of. And that's happened before plenty of times, right? I've met people, and I'm sure you've met people who say, hey, what are you into? Oh, yeah, you like this, that. Oh, you know what I really like? And then they say some shit that blows your mind. There's nothing wrong with that. There's different levels of freakiness and exploration, and you know uh I guess exploring. People, some people have just begun their exploring into their kinks. Other people, they're all in the lifestyle and they are loving every part of it. They've been in it for years and years and years, regardless of their age. But we shouldn't shun the next person for what it is that they desire, what it is that they like, because everyone likes different stuff. What you should do is seek out people or a person, whatever it is you prefer, who are into the stuff that you're into. If you like toes, well, go find somebody who likes toe stuff. If you're into being pegged, well, find someone who likes pegging. I'm freestyling here, but there's all type of stuff. It's not only BDSM and no shades of gray bullshit that people are into. People are into all type of wild shit. If they like it, that's okay. That's their right as an American citizen. It's their right as a person, right? You can like any ice cream you like. Why can't you like any freaky thing you like? Doesn't all have to be vanilla, pun intended. I think we have to be more open minded as a society. And I think that, as I continue to say, sometimes you got to know when to shut the fuck up. Just because your kink is different than someone else's, or because you're not proud enough and free enough and brave enough and courageous enough to say what your kink is publicly, you shouldn't shun the next person for doing it, because you might love toe stuff. You might like toe stuff, being pegged, being bound, and being with people of the same sex. Which I don't think that last one is a kink. But my point is, these are all things that society says, ooh, yuck, oh no, wow, you're crazy, stop it, please, blasphemy. You probably like a lot of that same stuff. But you go online and say, nah, you're gross, and no, fuck that, because you want to feel good. Because you probably don't have any friends. Because you're probably not courageous enough to say these things publicly. And that's wrong. You shouldn't do that. I know I don't really come up on here and say what people should or should not do. But that you shouldn't do. Let people like what they like. If they're not harming others, if they're not doing things to kids or animals, it should be all good. All right? That's it for today. I'll be back very soon. Thank you if you are watching this, listening to this. And again, if you're not subscribed, please do so, because we've got more stuff coming for you. And Man Cave Monday episode 1 drops on Monday. I'll be back real soon. See you later.